Alrighty. Let me get back. Right. Things that happen in the unsafe relationships. Let's talk about that. I threw this in here, as y'all can see, I was trying to hurry up. So we want to talk about somebody who's gonna belittle you, right? To make you feel bad about yourself. Applies that you couldn't manage without their support. You know, somebody who's bringing you down, somebody that's making you feel like I cannot live without this individual. A lot of people who are needed a green cards, who are immigrants, they probably go through this type of stuff because they need this individual for the time being. A lot of young ladies that I had came across when I used to work at this program called Home Base in the city. Um, this young lady said she just was that aged out of foster care, and the person that she was living with used to belittle her and make her feel less than. And I was like, girl, and she was a beautiful young lady. And listen, I would tell a woman, you're beautiful, you're a queen, don't let nobody put you down, make you feel like you're less than. I know how that feels. No, we're not going to accept that, because that's not, we are here to do what we have to do for ourselves. And once you realize what that is, move forward. So she broke it down to me and told me that she wanted to start up like a program for people who's been aged out, because when they leave out of foster care, they run into their John, they pimp or whatever. And of course they're gonna put them down. They're gonna say things to them to make them feel like you you only need me. So somebody who's belittling you, somebody who's isolating you, keeping you away from your friends, family, saying they are bad influences. This is something that we talked about yesterday a little bit. Somebody that want to isolate you. So, and then the next part is controlling you, control your activities, monitor where you go and who you see, demanding constant updates, like what you're doing. Why, as soon as they hear a man in the background, and it could be a man walking by with his radio playing, who you with? Why you in the party? Da-da-da. Like, what is going on? And you're just in the store. You're in the store trying to buy you some potato chips, and this person is acting like a maniac, and then they want to threaten you. Yeah, well, when you get home, this is what I'm gonna do. Da 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 da. Come on now, bring it down, sir. I remember when I used to work at this sex offenders. I used to work with sex offenders, and I used to run these type of groups. One of my guys told me, I don't need this effing group. And I was like, wait, hold on. Clearly you do, because you're in my group. It got to be a reason. And when I mentioned threat and a whole bunch of other stuff, then I went on vacation, came back. This man took the girl's dog and beat the dog, like threw the dog up against the wall because she wouldn't come home. And I'm like, this is the same person that just told me he don't need these groups. So anything that make you happy and take the focus off of him or her, because remember, listen now, who you're in love with your baby. We don't want to say no baby, Lord, with your dog, or you're in love with this particular sweater or whatever it is. This person will want to take that away from you, because it's
Will.
like you're you're focusing more on this thing than me. So that's how they want to control you. They want to threaten you, use threats on harm or punishment to keep you complete complete focus,
So
intimacy. You feel threatened or intimidated. gaslight you, make you question your memory or perspective, saying you imagining things like you would cut off the light inside of the room and then he would cut it on and you like, wait, didn't I just cut the— oh yeah, you did, but you sure? No, you didn't. The light is on. Making you feel like you're bugging out. You know, oh Lord have mercy, I'll tell you, boy. So I want to ask y'all, yesterday we asked about what do you see here? We see two people that's not talking. We talked about lack of communication. We talked about tell a lie once. As a doctor, she's not here. She had a different perspective. And I want to just say, when it comes down to people who have a different perspective, that's what we need, right? Because we could talk about tools like a lot of people who's are in recovery, you have tools. But the way, like I was telling Mindy earlier, the way you take your tools and you apply it in different ways, but the main goal is to be sober. So these are just tools and awarenesses that we are talking about tonight and last night. So that way you could take this the way you wanna and keep this in your back pocket. What do you see here? You see two jealous. Well, you see two people talking. Did you see homegirl like, mm-hmm, yeah, I gotta watch you. Yeah, who does, you know, whatever way we want to call the other female. This is jealousy, right? So we have this thing called you could be jealous, but then you could also be overly jealous. Overly jealous is a part of, as they say in the Bible, that's not good. Overly jealous will lead you to another a different route. Some jealousy in a relationship is okay, normal, even. However, jealousy becomes unhealthy when it's constant and excessive, like I said, and becomes about one partner possessing the other. On the reverse side, if the partner is constantly trying to make the other partner jealous, that can also be a sign of an unhealthy relationship. Why are you trying to make me jealous? Why are you doing things to make me jealous? Because when I react, then I'm the wrong one. So a healthy relationship is not trying to make the other person jealous. Is no. I don't think in my relationship, I don't want to be jealous. But like they said, a little bit of jealousy is normal. But overly excessive, that's too much. Somebody put something in the chat. Let me see. Did anybody go through anything like that where somebody made you overly jealous or this individual is just doing too much?
I know. I'm sorry. I should have raised my hand.
No, it's okay.
I know. I'm guilty. I was guilty of being the one who was overly jealous in my last relationship, but I didn't start that way. Um, it was kind of like gradually. I just started becoming somebody I didn't even know who was overly jealous because of the things that I was seeing or I was hearing, and to the point that I got physically sick. Like I was getting myself sick, and and then I was also on the other end where I got my clothes were getting thrown out and clothes were missing, and I'm like, where's my clothes? You
Mm-hmm.
know, and going through my phone and my emails, and I was like, whoa, this is too much.
Mm-hmm.
So I was the person doing it and the victim. So
Yeah, I was one too. Anyone else want to share? Overly
I'm gonna,
jealous? Go
oh,
ahead.
sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Jasenia. Sometimes it doesn't even start out that way. You're just like, what is going on? And then out of nowhere, like it just You're like, I'm not a naturally jealous person. So
Mm-hmm.
how does that even happen? Like I used to be that too. So I get it. Same,
Mm-hmm.
same.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Do you? I feel like sometimes when we love
I wonder.
too hard, when we love too hard, all those things start happening, But once we start loving ourselves more, like Jacinia said, she was getting sick. So once you realize, hold up, this is not healthy, this is not for me. I'm getting sick, I'm catching headaches, I can't eat, I can't breathe. Whatever the case might be, it's time for me to pull back. It's time for me to pull back and see what is it that is right for me. You know, um, I see people putting stuff in the chat, and I swear I want to get over there. If somebody could tell me what the chat is saying.
Monet says she's on the bus. I would like to hit on this topic, though. Very good point. Insecurities occur because I wasn't getting the attention and the other
Mm-hmm.
ladies were. And then
Mm-hmm.
you had put, I was overly jealous and it was unhealthy for sure. It made me physically sick sometimes, creating things that aren't even happening. Shake my head. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I could share that like it was
Wow.
it was becoming a full-time job.
Mm.
And I without pay, and it was, very, very stressful, especially, I can identify with the insecurities and trying to track down and like you said about checking the cell phone and you know and my significant other's an hour and a half away. How much mileage and gas it costs for me to run down here to see who at the house and all of that stuff. Like it just got to the point where I just had to let go and let God and
Mm.
continue to just like focus on yourself, like hocus pocus, keep the focus
Mm-hmm.
and just take care of myself and never mind what is going on the back end because God always exposed it to me as long as I stay in prayer and in with him.
Sure.
What you do in the night will always come to the light. And I'm a true believer of that. And me and you talked offline earlier about that.
Mm-hmm.
Where I just had to really focus on myself because it's about you. You could damn near be ready to lose your mind because
Mm-hmm.
you start thinking like things are happening that really aren't happening. It's just, I had to learn a long time ago that my mind is not my friend sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but then I had truly had to understand the spirit of discernment and the gifts that lie in my belly that sometimes like you can tell a person um the way they normally carry themselves and then when things just automatically change and I talked about that to some people too that's on this line. You feel the shift and you know that something's different
Mm-hmm. That
about
is
that
true.
person. you know
Mm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think Tina is Motorola. She had her hand up there.
Oh, Motorola.
Hmm.
Once again, I want to ask everybody to please put your first and last name in the chat so that way when I go back to it, I can make sure your certificate is with your right spelling. Go ahead, Motorola. Where you at? Where you go?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I did have this experience, and I just spoke to someone maybe like 2 days ago about that same situation where I wasn't raised to be jealous, and I've learned to educate myself on that. And the minute I address the issue, they get offended because I'm showing and pointing them out that these are jealous signs, and I'm not a jealous person, but these are the behaviors you're showing, and in
Mm-hmm.
order for me to show you, but they get offended when you say and point out these things that are happening. Now I'm not a jealous person, but I'm showing you what you're trying to make me, and I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what do you do in that situation? What
Well,
did
what
you
I
do?
try to do is, communicate and speak.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that is getting in the way is this text messaging, which it can be taken, in a different way than what you are trying to
Okay.
express it.
Right.
And that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what happened. He got angry, because of the tone of the text message. And I let him, speak his mind. I took it to him the next day and let him, cool off a little bit and tried to explain to him. I said the text messaging can come off a little strong, but that's not the way I'm interpreting it. I said I think that it's better for us to verbally communicate, pick up the phone and talk
Mm-hmm.
to each other than to,
Mm-hmm.
go through these text messages because you wake up and you're probably in the wrong mood and think that is
Right.
and it's taken in the wrong way. And that's not what I'm coming across. I'm just offending what, the behaviors are being shown and pointing out to you. That's all I'm doing. But, like the communication and the negativity, I don't want that. I want,
Mm-hmm.
verbal communication where it's positive and we can get through it. But when you throw out the negativity, then, the negativity come here. And I have to, brace myself and control myself and, make sure that my behavior comes across the right way and respectful.
Exactly. Exactly. I love that. I love that. And like you said, communication is the key. So when you realize that this person communicated that wrong, it was and it was like you said, the person probably woke up and was in a funk and read it and took it to another level. And no, that's not what I'm saying. That's not how I'm saying it. So yeah, definitely. That's good. I love that. Was there anyone else that wanted to share real quick? Okay. So what do you see here? What do you see there? Go ahead. Go ahead,
Yelling.
Monet. Mm-hmm.
Hey, okay, I'm getting off the bus. Um, hold on. Oh, okay, I'm off the bus. I see that the words are being spoken, but nobody can hear them. The words are not going to nobody's ears. They're going from mouth to mouth. We can
Mm-hmm.
hear each other.
Hmm.
Oh,
Right. See they face expressions
listen,
though?
who got money here? Hold on, I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yes. I mean, it's
Y'all can hear me?
also, yeah, I can
Oh,
hear
okay.
you loud and clear.
Yeah, because I had the headphone blew out my ear. I was literally on them in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's what I see, and that's what I was gonna say. That's it. I see they not. And then let me say something about the jealousy thing real quick, since now I got off the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
So it it's a slow fade, right? Like I said, what like I was talking about yesterday. For me, I learned to be jealous. Like the sister was saying earlier, I know I grew up in a family with a single mother. Like I ain't had nobody to be jealous of. And my mother didn't like my mother was competing with me, but I didn't know it because I was ignorant to the fact that she was competing with me and that, she had her ways that she didn't like in me because I was so much like her.
Mm-hmm.
But that it, because envy, jealousy, they cousins, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so what I found me was I became jealous because people treated me with jealousy type um behaviors. And so I picked it up. And so
Mm-hmm.
basically I just mirrored what they was doing to me, but I never really knew what that was because in my core family, I didn't have nobody to compete with. And
Mm-hmm.
jealousy is a competition,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so, like, I never competed with no women
Mm-hmm.
until I went into arenas where women was being competitive. I didn't even know. Even when I was playing sports, I'm on my team. I'm not even looking at the other team. I just know I want my team to win. And so, like, I'm not competing with the other people on my sports team. I'm competing. It's me against me. It's I ain't competing with them. But after a while, you start seeing people behaving that way, and you see it for so long, you just start being like, "Oh, I'm gonna be jealous too. If they hate, and I'm a hate." But that's for real, for real. I don't know about nobody else on here. Well, I do know about a couple people on here, but like just don't really want to operate in that. But I
Mm-hmm.
find myself in peer pressure to be like that. It's
Mm-hmm.
not even personal. It's more peer pressure, like, oh, this is what we gotta do? Oh, okay, all right, I can do that. But it don't really feel good. It really don't. And then when it
Right.
comes to intimate relationships, when it, like I said earlier, um, if all my attention is being given to somebody else, then yeah, I'm gonna compete with that. But in reality, I'm good with who I am. I'm not competing with that. I don't have
Mm-hmm.
nothing to compete with because I'm good with me. And
Mm-hmm.
that's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I feel like if you have to be jealous, and this is my only perspective, if you have to be jealous of someone, then that's not healthy. When you have to be jealous of someone, or you have to learn their behaviors. So I don't know if y'all know, but I have a book, and in my journal workbook, I mentioned learned behaviors, and I'm pulling it out for a reason. And it says learned behaviors can be unlearned as long as you recognize that behavior you was taught isn't your fault. So you was taught that behavior, but now you got to unlearn it, because you know now, when you do better, when you know better, you do better. Once you learn that, you understand that that's not right. Now you need to unlearn that. So, and then if I need to be jealous, then I don't need to be around certain people then, because it's too much your energy. You're wasting too much of your energy on being jealous of anything or anyone. Um, Move ahead, stay focused on yourself, and keep it going. You know, it's you against the world. And when you have a partner, it's y'all against the world. But for whomever that's single, is you against the world. And you got to always protect yourself at all times. So what I see is two angry people who is vomiting harsh words to each other. That's my perspective. That's what I see. They don't look happy. Sharing, I'm sure the face. They're not sharing loving words. They're not sharing kind words. They're sharing together some hateful stuff, I'm sure. So, what that is verbal abuse. This type of verbal abuse is probably the easiest one to recognize. This includes being called names and or being shouted at on a regular basis. Arguments that always resort to yelling and the use of aggressive phrases in a conversation are all signs that your communication with your partner is anything but healthy. In a healthy relationship, partners step away from an argument or try to talk through the issue in a verbally expressive, a abusive relationship. The abuser would yell until they get what they want. How many of us established or went through any of those things? Yeah, I saw your hand, Evelyn. Anybody else had gone through anything like that where somebody, the abuser would yell until they get their way? Let's talk about that. Because what do you do now when somebody's yelling to get what they want? Do you engage into the argument, or you just let them be, or you give them what they want? Help me out with that. Anybody else want to share? I saw my
Yeah.
name on their hand go up. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, can I be honest? I
Yes.
think I was the person,
Mm-hmm.
like in like a previous relationship, that was like yelling.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was like at least 10 years ago, but I used to be like really aggressive with my words, and I used to be very argumentative. Now I very much don't argue with people at all. I kind of just move on. But
Mm-hmm.
like I kind of just say what I have to say and then I'm done. But like
Mm-hmm.
I used to be that person that would like yell until I got my way. Like And then the person that I like, it's crazy because I'm hearing it. I'm like, dang, it was me. I was the problem.
Mm,
But
mm,
I'm just being honest. I'm just being
yeah.
real. Like
Hmm.
I was the problem back then. And I did recognize it. And yeah.
So what do you do now?
What do I do now? I don't argue. I'm very calm. I really don't. I say what I have to say, and that's kind of it. If there's no agreement there, then it's just kind of like, okay, I don't really know what to do with that. Like,
Hmm.
yeah. Like I don't really argue. I'm not like and some guys like the argumentative. I'm realizing like now that I'm like dating or whatever, I'm realizing like some guys really do want like a woman that argues. And I'm like, I'm sorry, that's not me anymore. I don't
Hmm.
do the rah rah. I'm not doing the back and forth. I've already said what I
Right.
had to say. I'm kind of
Yeah.
done. Like if you don't understand me, then we have a bigger issue. Now it's like
Hmm.
maybe there's a legitimate communication problem, but I don't yell. I don't yeah. I'm just
Well,
not
I
there.
want to ask because are you in a different bracket in your life, and your vibration is a little different.
Yes.
Are you, yeah, I feel like, and I'm
Yeah.
saying this because I met you just last week and
Yeah.
I feel like even when it come down to myself, sometimes I just get quiet.
Yeah.
I get quiet. I don't want to do this. I feel like you taking me out of my element.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, it takes two to argue.
Mm-hmm.
And one of us got to be the adult and say, you know what? All right, you're going to argue by your goddamn self.
Yeah. Like
you know?
and
Hmm.
anybody that makes me feel like even if I get that feeling in my chest, I'm like, oh no, like I'm done with this. Like, and I'm just done with it.
Right.
I don't even entertain it. I don't want that energy near me. I work too hard on myself.
There you
Like
go.
God has worked too hard on me for me
Right.
to just be like acting up. I'm not doing that.
Right. And that's the key. That is the freaking key. When
Yeah.
you said, I work too hard on myself. Once you work on yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and because we was talking about being unevenly yoked,
Mm.
and yeah, yesterday. See, you missed it, huh?
I know. I'm sorry.
Mm. But when you're not, you know, yoked, evenly yoked,
Mm-hmm.
it just it throws your pattern off. Now, don't get me wrong, not all relationships is going to be the same.
Right.
Not every day is going to be the same. But once you learn who you are as a person, a CEO, a mother, or so on, and you got your kids around, you don't want to show that.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a difference.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you, Amanda, for sharing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Hmm. Motorola,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me your story, baby girl.
Okay, so I thank God and I thank my sponsor and a lot of the women that were in my life during the time where I was in a physical relationship, and where it got, physical and the abuse, and I
Mhm.
had to get a restraining order for the rest of my life, which I didn't want none of this, on this young man and none of this to happen, but he did not understand you use your words and not physical. And he just did not understand. I mean, completely like so I walked away. I tried to use, calm voice. I tried to let him just talk and get his point across. There was other things that, were underlying with him and that was pointed out. And I asked him, I said, were you in, physical abusive relationships with other women? And he
Mhm.
said, yes. He said,
Mhm.
yes. So that was where I had to recognize and pull back and say, this is not a relationship for me. But it was hard to get out of a relationship. But I had to take the suggestions from my sponsor, from the people that were surrounding me and helping me to get out of that because it was not healthy at all and it got physical. So, for
Mhm.
me to protect myself, I had to keep my guard and put my hand up, like to protect myself from him hitting me, grabbing me, stuff like that. So, it's not something that we want, but it's also safety as well. And
Right.
that's what I had to do. And, because even my sponsors are like, well, what the hell did you do to it? Is not what I did, is what was done to him. And I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to, explain and try to be the understanding one, and hear him out. But he obviously, disregard the police, disregard the law, the courts, everything. And it just got out of control. So I had to do what I had to do, get the restraining order, keep going back and forth to court. And, God knows he showed up at the place where I was I'm volunteering at. And, it was really unsafe. I was just trying to keep everybody safe, keep us both safe so that nothing would happen. But he clearly had other mental things going on with him that needed to be addressed.
Mm.
The courts had to, lock him up and get him the help that he needed. And I'm sorry, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not your mother, I'm not God, but there's some things that you can't be in a relationship with, that you need other help with, that I can't help you with. I just couldn't do that part. So, I'm glad that, I had those people on my side and supporting me through the whole thing, and he finally, got locked up. And I told the judge, I said, I don't want that. He needs
Right.
help.
Right.
So, what do you do when it becomes physical, when they put their hands on you and you're about to take you out? You don't,
Yeah.
you're trying to protect yourself and be safe, but also be safe with that person as well.
Right.
And cops come and take them off, and you're like, that's traumatizing in itself. But,
Right.
I just wanted to share that, I'm getting through it. I still pray for him. That's
Mhm.
all I can do, but it's completely out of my hands because it's something that I can't control. And it's not, something that, that is on me. That's God's work, not mine.
Absolutely. And you know what? Thank you for sharing that, because sometimes we feel guilty by calling the cops. Sometimes we feel guilty to say, listen, I can't deal with this no more. I'm not a therapist. And if I'm a therapist, I ain't yours. Because you can't, for some reason, you can't counsel your family. So with that, at the end of the day, for you to find that way to get out of that, that was a blessing. And like you said, continue to pray for the person and just ask for him to get ask the Lord to get the help that he need. So that's really good. Miss where'd she go? I don't see her. Monet, where are you?
I
Okay.
just got in the house.
Hmm.
Um, I kind of missed the last question or input. What were we talking about?
So
What
we
was the
was
last?
we was talking about, hold on. We was talking about verbal abuse. And I was
Uh-huh.
asking, have your person yell at you to the point that, you give in, you know? And if so, what was that experience like when you and the person is arguing and they're yelling, they just want to get their way? Or is it you? Like Miss Amanda mentioned, she had to realize, oh snap, that was me at one point in my life. So was that you, or was that somebody that's you're
Mhm.
with?
Well, the segue from that last picture that you was talking about to this question, right, is both, right? At some point for me, I'm gonna say,
Mhm.
right, because my mother used to yell out all the time, and we, like I said, we couldn't yell back at her.
Mhm.
Obviously, she's mom. But when I went to the street, that's what I did. I yelled at everybody.
Mm.
I demanded respect by with my mouth, and I
Mhm.
yelled and I fought everybody because I was abused at home and verbally, right? And you ain't nothing, you ain't never gonna be nothing, you gonna be on welfare, and wait, no, this one. Um, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And so that was like a rhetorical question, and I was always trying to find an answer to. What is
Mhm.
wrong with me? And there wasn't nothing wrong with me. It was something wrong with her.
Mhm.
But eventually, I kept watching that, and so then I became that. But
Mhm.
what I learned, we was talking about yesterday too, about like I'll lie because I'm afraid to tell the truth, and that comes from the verbal abuse, and my nervous system doesn't want to get in trouble,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
so that verbal abuse impacts me emotionally to the point where, like, when soon as somebody starts screaming and start yelling, I'm going into defense And sometimes that defense is I'm gonna scream and yell back at you.
Mm-hmm.
And if the person is healthy or getting healthy, they'll say, "Don't yell at me."
Right.
And then I'll have that empathy, like, "Oh, you know what? My bad. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled at you."
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I'll say, "Well, don't yell at me," and I
Right.
won't yell at you.
Right, right,
But
right.
it's not right to yell. It's not right to scream. Yeah, no, I understand that verbal abuse all too well. But
Hmm.
it's a major trauma. Yeah,
Like we mentioned
definitely.
yesterday, learning how to communicate, right? And sometimes we have to take a step back and see how you want to us how they say assess it before you just jump into this defensive person. Stand back, and this is where boundaries come into play. So this is why I wanted to segue that into this next piece, which I wasn't able to put it on the PowerPoint because it was the 12 steps that kept me. I was yeah, so let me just go right into the boundaries, and I want to ask for participation where we can read this off together for boundaries. So this is actually a from my book, one of my other curriculums that I worked on. So it's called Boundaries in the Relationships. If somebody could read, the personal boundaries are important because.
Personal boundaries are important because self-respect, setting boundaries is a powerful way to show self-respect, reflecting that you appreciate your own needs and worth. Healthy relationships, well defined. Sorry, healthy relationships. Sorry, I didn't see the little
Mhm.
colons. Sorry. Healthy relationships, well defined boundaries nurture strong and loving relationships guarded against dependency, manipulation, and passive aggressive behaviors. Stress reduction. Establishing and maintaining clear boundaries can significantly reduce stress by avoiding overcommitment and preserving your energy.
Mhm.
Self care. Boundaries play a vital role in self care, allowing you to focus on your well being without feeling guilty.
Mm. Mhm.
Mhm.
The next part, how people violate boundaries.
How people violate boundaries. Physical intrusion, invading someone's personal space or initiating unwanted physical contact. Emotional manipulation, making someone feel guilty, dismissing their emotions, or sharing personal matters without their consent. Time over commitment,
Mhm.
assuming someone will be available without prior agreement or ignoring previously set schedules. Intellectual overreach, disregarding another person's opinions or imposing your own beliefs on them. Material exploitation, utilizing or borrowing someone's possessions or money without proper permission or consideration.
Mm.
Mm.
What is it? We just
Mhm.
finished reading that, and if anybody feel that they need to, excuse me, I'm drinking my good old water. Whew. If anybody needs to take a picture of that, so that way you can have that in your back pocket as well, about personal boundaries and how people violate your boundaries.
You know, that's page 19. I'm gonna need that at my page 19.
Oh
Oh,
gosh.
I didn't know
Oh,
my mic
did
was
y'all get
open. I'm
it?
sorry.
Hmm. I hear you over there.
Oh God. All right. Can I just share one something?
Hmm.
All right. Um, okay, so I like all of this, but I'm gonna tell you right now, uh I got a little triggered. Utilizing borrowing someone's possessions or money without proper permission or consideration. So when I was looking at that, that definitely happened to me
Mm.
when my partner was using.
Mm-hmm.
And that um that really escalated that self-care and
Mm.
self-respect.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was coupled with like I okay, so this thing about abuse is that at some point you become desensitized
Mm-hmm.
to the boundaries, your own. And so what happened was he kept on
Somebody.
robbing me.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was robbing me, I, I had this separate pocket of looking for the relationship that I wanted, and I was um putting his stealing from me, like minimizing it. I mean, that's just the best exact nature. Like I minimized it so
Mm-hmm.
much to the point where I no longer had that as a boundary. So that's good that you have this as a violation, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because it is a violation, and this education is really good for me because there's sometimes when I'll have a boundary and I'll doubt myself
Mm-hmm.
because the person is so loud and strong about themselves having a quote unquote right to have the violation of my boundary.
Mm-hmm.
and and that really just stuck out to me, because I I I said this the other day about my current relationship. Like, there's some things that are not good in it,
Mm-hmm.
but that this recovering from somebody who was stealing from me all the time, it excuse my ability to give somebody else a break.
Mm.
And that's it. I'm not going to talk anymore about that, but that's it.
Okay. So I want to say that sometimes we don't realize that money can be just how you call this money does not have to necessarily have to be the thing, right? They said money, but it can be also somebody stealing a part of you, somebody who's taking something from you, taking your self-esteem, taking control of you, taking your thought, all of those things. Money is the key that they mention here, but let's take a step back and find out, take away the word money and put something else, that somebody stole something from you, stole a part of you. You're no longer you anymore. Now you're this person who wants to be in love with somebody who's really not in love with themselves, maybe, and not in love with you. So, and trust me, I'm not saying anything that I did not go through. I was 18 years old. Like I mentioned to y'all yesterday, I was 18, 19, 20. I went back so many times because this person had some good stuff. And I was just kept going back, kept going back, kept going back. And I was familiar with that person, but that person was making me feel like crap. He would hit me with remote controls. He will choke the crap out of me. One day I turned the TV from, I know a lot of us remember the group Brownstone. And when I turned the TV from the video, he stabbed me. Right. So I gone through it. This is like real shiz naive. And I wound up getting pregnant by him. So I'm not saying anything that I didn't go through already. Trust me, I told y'all about my mother, where it came from, and I had to like And I'm still, I want to say, I'm still in recovery myself because I got a husband. I get him and I will go at it. But at the end of the day, we have to find the healthy part in the relationship and find our boundaries. First of all, a lot of people don't even know what their boundaries are. Once you realize what's your boundaries and what you will accept and what you won't accept, then you can't come to me and break my stuff. You can't break that unless you want them to break it, but you going back into something that you just wanted to get away from. You going back into it. Yes, Miss Mindy.
I know you're talking about like verbal abuse and verbal, attacks. And, you know, I can remember like when they say hurt people hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I remember when was verbally, I was not happy with me. And I verbally would attack my kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm talking about going back, and active addiction back then, but like just for today, I protect my peace at all costs.
Mm.
So I don't go back and forth with anyone. Like I learned, and I guess it comes with maturity and growing internally on how it's okay for me to take a pause and
Mm-hmm.
not say anything. I don't have to react to to your actions. And it's something else. It just slipped my mind. But yeah, man, I don't, I remove myself, and I would pause, right? There's a time where, I learned this from some older person about being able to take a moment and pause and step away.
That's
Um,
right.
because like just for today, right? Like being in recovery, right? Because I know everyone on here is maybe not in recovery, but like I know that I'm not in the business to cause harm to anyone today. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can go and lay down and say, you didn't cause harm to nobody today. If anything, you supported someone.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or you loved on someone that possibly didn't was unlovable. How about that? Yeah, we talk about loving the unlovable, right?
Mm-hmm.
But not causing harm today. So like that verbal stuff, that verbal attacking back and forth, I learned how to utilize my words properly and appropriately, and at the moment, where I can say what I mean, and I can say it kindly. You know what I mean? Because it's always an approach when you speak to someone.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you're coming from a place of love, caring, concern, defense goes down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The guards, the dukes go down because
Mm-hmm.
I just said to you, sometimes it's good to say, listen, I want to share something with you, but I'm sharing it from a place of love, caring, concern.
Right.
When I say that, the hands go down.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can express myself in a way where I'm not causing any harm to you. And you understand that I'm saying it in a loving way.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
like, that's where I was able to remove the verbal abuse and attacks and things like that. And I no longer live in that anymore. I
That's
changed
good.
that in my life.
That's right.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you.
that's a form of de-escalation. You de-escalated that situation before it escalated. So, give yourself dust your shoulders off because dealing with the people that we serve is not easy, especially when they've been hurt, they've been molested, and we can't tell them all the time, well, I've gone through that too. We can't tell them that all the time because these are the people that we work with.
And
But
Shanice,
yes.
I can curse people out in my mind, but I ain't gotta let it come out my mouth. Yo, you know what I mean? If it was a bubble that sit up here and all the thoughts that come in my mind when a person sitting in front of me, boy, oh boy, I'll be in trouble. I'll be causing harm for
Hmm.
real.
Right.
but I just choose not to today. And it's something like, someone told me, practice, practice, practice until it becomes a routine.
That's
So it's
right.
something that I practice every day.
That's right. And then,
Yeah.
when you have somebody that you call them like, girl, this, you know,
Yeah.
that's something different. And make sure you say it to the people that's not going to go back and bring that back out to the people that you serve, because that's not going to be a good thing. Um, thank y'all for sharing. Let's get back over to boundaries. And time is ticking, y'all. Oh boy. What the heck? Time be going. I be having a good old time talking with y'all. Y'all became my bestest friends, besides my
Same
best friend
here.
up here.
I enjoy it.
Okay. Yes.
I'm trying to get close to that me circle.
Oh, you already did. Look. Oh my gosh. So let's talk about boundaries in relationships. Let's go, somebody. I did all the, listen, I did all the designing and picking everything out. Y'all got to work with me today.
All right, I'll read something. Let me just zoom. I got to open it up. It says boundaries are personal limits and guidelines that individuals establish to protect their well-being and define how
Mm,
others can
interact.
interact. These limits help individuals maintain their physical, emotional, and mental health by clearly outlining acceptable behaviors,
Mm,
ensuring mutual respect, and preventing exploitation or manipulation. Boundaries can pertain to personal space,
yep.
emotional needs, time, and other aspects of life, serving as a foundation for healthy relationships and effective communication.
For
Um,
healthy relationships.
mm,
I'm
mm,
telling y'all, I'm
mm.
telling y'all, find out what is the what is it that you will allow and what you won't allow. Even when it come down to the clients, what is it that you allow? I'm not going to allow you to talk to me like that. I have done it. And right now, I have siblings that's trying me. And it's like they pushing my button. And that's my boundaries. I don't do that disrespect. Lord have mercy, I don't do that disrespect. But the person went back and said it to my daughter. That's my child. You don't think she's not gonna tell me? So right there, I have to show my daughter your boundaries with your mama is to shut people down who try to talk against your mother. Now, if you got a messed up mama, I don't know, but I'm a good one. Because if you got a messed up one, you be like, girl, I know what you're saying, but when you have somebody who's on your side, you gotta listen, chill. Now we even gonna talk about sexual boundaries. We want to talk about that too, but let's get to the next part, y'all. Miss Evelyn, you're not gonna be in that kitchen and don't say a word, Miss Evelyn. I see you down there. Where you at? Where's she at? I seen her earlier. Miss Evelyn, where are you? Did you step away?
She shut that camera off. Oh,
She
we
must be
can't
over there
see.
eating. Mm-hmm. Miss Vivian. Oh, there she go. Miss Evelyn, can you get to the next part? No, 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 no. You muted. She talking smack over there. Who over here bothering me and I'm over here trying
No,
to
honey,
eat?
I
Go
was
ahead.
over here trying to screenshot the pictures.
Oh, you over here
The back.
cheating. I can send it to you.
I ain't get them last night. That's why I thought my new phone. I'm trying to learn how to work it.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
where
I
we
got
at?
y'all. Oh, so maintaining.
Okay, maintaining. Let me see.
Oh God, I done messed up again. Oh, let me pick this up.
Got it?
Let's see. Show me, babe, one more time. Okay, like how to put it? No, I'm gonna make it straight so I can read it. You know?
Gonna put a page?
What you need? You need me to zoom it up some?
Yeah, she's trying to stretch it, but it won't.
Okay. Go back to your meeting.
Go back to food.
Zoom.
Okay. Let me go back to it. Jesus. Okay. I just got this phone 2 days ago, honey. Y'all, please bear with me. I'm gonna get it
It's
right.
okay. Listen, patience is the key.
Okay, so okay. Type of boundaries, I got that one. And that's the only one I did. So where you at? You
I'm
on
at
type of
maintaining the yellow part.
maintaining. Oh, I seen you did something. Maintaining.
Mm-hmm.
Maintaining health boundaries is
Mm-hmm.
a critical personal skill. She getting my glasses from me.
Mm-hmm.
That enables you to flourish and clearly express your your needs.
Mm-hmm.
Setting limits is important
Mm-hmm.
to prevent others from ex, ex, ex okay, I got them now.
All right.
Okay. Exploiting,
Mm-hmm.
exploiting or manipulating you.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, someone with strong personal boundaries will can finally say no to requests that make them uncomfortable without feeling compelled to apologize.
So did you get that?
Yeah,
Personal personal boundaries, right? So say no to requests that makes them uncomfortable without feeling compelled to apologize. So we're going to talk about the types of boundaries. We're talking about physical boundaries, sexual boundaries, material boundaries, time boundaries, verbal boundaries, and emotional boundaries. Now, what I wanted to do is do a video, but we don't have time for all of that. So physical boundaries limits concerning personal space and physical touch, ensuring one's body is respected and protected, right? So since I've been sexually abused, um, I told my husband at the beginning, I don't like to be touched. And I'm one of those persons like I don't know where your hands been. I don't know where your hands been. Don't just be touching me. And he have an issue with that because he's like, but his affirmation is touch. He loves to touch. He loves for me to touch him. And I am that person who don't. My mom didn't really give that to me. She didn't really hug me. And now when she try to hug me now from all the stuff that she have done, to me, I hug her, but it feels like nothing, and I'm being honest, like Amanda was saying earlier, being truthful and being honest. And this is the safe space that we can share. No judgment zone. So at the end of the day, it's like, how do I work with that with him? How do I let him know that I don't like for you to touch me that much, but I know that that is one of his uh love languages. So
mhm,
I had to really get into this person is touching me because they love me, not because they want to harm me. When I was touched, I was being harmed. When my mom hit me, I was being harmed. So I had to realize this person here touched me because they want to hug me. They love me, you know. So I had to like compromise. And sometimes you gotta compromise when it comes down to your
Right.
relationship. And he gave me some time, and he definitely respect my boundary. However, I had to understand what his love languages. And I do have a piece in here that speak on love languages. Sexual boundaries, guidelines related to sexual activity, determining what is comfortable, acceptable, and cause consensual. Material boundaries, rules about the ownership, lending, and borrowing of a personal possession and financial resources. So these are some keys of boundaries, right? So sometimes we might not think about what type of boundaries would I be setting for myself. These are 6 different type of boundaries that we have up here in front of you, and you can use that as your guideline. Time boundaries, limits on how one accurate allocates their time, balancing personal, professional, and social commitments. Verbal boundaries stands for respectful communication, defining acceptable languages and tone into interactions. Emotional boundaries, protections for one's feelings, emotional well-being, ensuring others' emotions do not
Thank
overwhelm
you.
or
I'm gonna
manipulate
get it.
one person. Miss Evelyn, I still hear you. Let me see. I know you. Okay, thank you. So if I was y'all, I would take that information as well and sit back in your own time in your living room and um, work out what kind of boundaries you want to set for yourself. You know, in domestic violence, they have this thing where it's called sexual abuse, where somebody will take from you, even if it's a husband, your mate. You can say no. You don't have to have sex if you don't want to. And that person needs to understand that. That is what you call respect. Now, if you wait forever, listen now, it's either 1 or 2 days you're gonna give it up, or he gonna get it someplace else. So, at the end of the day, you gotta free. It's 2 people. You are in a relationship. Y'all gotta compromise. We gotta work this thing out together. It can't be just you, and not hear the other person out. Because now you're being selfish. So I'm gonna skip all the other great juicy stuff I had planned, but I'm gonna work on these 12 steps because we got 10 minutes and I know we're about to close up. I would love to continue, but we spoke about a nice amount about healthy relationships, boundaries. That's good. What is a healthy relationship? A healthy relationship is when 2 people treat each other like best friends and show respect. Both people are equal, support each other to their best, and work together, especially when making important decisions like how to handle discipline or parenting. Well, I don't have that issue. uh, let's see. Then I have this one here, this slide, where why we need healthy relationships. Y'all could take a picture of that as well. Why do we need healthy relationship? Why do we need healthy relationship, y'all? I believe healthy relationships will help you live longer. Okay. Healthy relationships will increase your sense of worth and belonging. Healthy relationships are a cornerstone of happiness and living a full life. Healthy relationships. Healthy relationships will, strong relationships enhance your ability to manage stress and more effectively. Healthy relationships helps you develop healthier habits. Healthy relationships build resilience. These are healthy relationships because if you have an unhealthy relationship, like somebody mentioned earlier, I had headaches, Jacinia, I think. Yesenia. She was mentioning I had headaches and all these things was happening because the relationship wasn't healthy. But when it's healthy, you eating, people, that's what somebody say, oh my God, y'all got big, y'all fat, or whatever the hell what they would say. You're in a healthy relationship. Yes, I'm good. I'm at peace. Once you find your peace, I found my peace. I had to realize what the peace was
Well,
because go ahead. Okay, you were saying something, Kay? Mm. When you find what is peace and what is peace to you, at the beginning, when my husband and I got together, it wasn't peace, and I had to let him know, listen, you coming into my world, and if you got drama, let one more goddamn thing happen again. You want to be on the other side of the door, and I found those are my boundaries. I'm not going to accept no one coming into my house that's disturbing my peace. Period. But you got to find out what is peace to you, right? Okay. Commitment. The healthiest relationship involves mutual commitment to the health and well being of each partner as an individual, as well as to the couple's common goals, values, and beliefs. This is something that we were talking about yesterday. Talk about respect. RESPCT. Find out what it means to me. The foundation on which healthy relationships are built is all forms of respect. Respectful partners model for each other how they want to be treated. Treat people how you want them to treat you. And you got to teach people. One of the things I would say all the time, my girl Mecca, she's on here. I always say, you got to teach people how to treat you. You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to talk down to me. You're not going to yell at me in the street. We're not going to go through that. We're not doing that. If so, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more. Respect allows for differences and diversity without requiring others to think or act like me, right? Now, if most of us say that we're godly like people, then you got to sit back and say, how would he treat me, or how I'm his daughter. I'm not gonna allow he's not gonna allow me to disrespect him. So why should I allow somebody else to disrespect me? Right? So I have some stuff on affirmations here. Let's talk about the love languages. Examples of words of affirmation. I love you. I just want to let you know how proud I am about, I'm proud of you. I am. These are love languages. These are things that we should be saying to ourselves first before we start saying it to other people. I love you. Shanice, I love you, girl. Okay? I got your back. I just want to let you know how proud I am. My girl Mecca that's on here, we say that stuff to each other, okay? Because at the end of the day, if I didn't have it in me, I wouldn't be able to say it to her. If she didn't have it in herself, she wouldn't be able to say it to me. You work really hard for us. Even when things may feel tough, I just want you to know how I appreciate you. Thank you for all that you do. I appreciate you. Um, Examples of words of acts of service: give gifts, prepare breakfast, take up the garbage, leave a note, a love note, love text, picture or two. Example of physical touch: you got tickles, you got cuddles, you got foot massage. I hate feet, but that's my husband, so I rub his feet. Hugs, hugs, shoulder massage, a light kiss. All those things is touch. Gifts, receiving gifts, remember important dates, come up with thoughtful surprises, plan an epic romantic getaway. Somebody said they was going to Hawaii. I'm jealous, a little jealous. I'm not a big jealous. just a little bit. Go to a concert, do something nice. Have your Friday for your partner or have that Friday for yourself. Oh, what happened? I was just talking about her. Hold on. Oh, you didn't hear me. Mindy, you didn't hear what I said. I said, plan an epic romantic getaway. I said, somebody going to Hawaii. I'm
Yes.
jealous, just a little jealous, not a big jealous.
My phone, I had to hop on my other phone. I'm sorry.
Okay, okay. So here we go. Dun, 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 dun. 12 steps for domestic violence. I want 12 of us to say this. Let's read this. 12 of us. I heard y'all doing y'all thing yesterday. Excuse some of this. I was working on it real quick. 12 people. Number one, who's the first one?
I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
One, we admitted we were powerless over our partner and an addiction to power and control, known as domestic violence, which this disease has influenced our entire life. And we realized that our lives had become unmanageable due to terror, powerlessness, and other patterns we've learned from the disease.
Mm-hmm. I want to say with that, once you learn to have control over somebody or have that power over somebody, it becomes a disease because it doesn't just stop with that one person. It stops with the next person after that, the next person after that, and then it get worse when time goes by. Yes, Miss Tina.
I was just gonna read the next one. That's all.
Okay, come on with it. You
Okay, are
got
you
the
ready?
next ones, or you just gonna do two?
Oh, sure, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. So we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to our own inner sanity. The sanity we would have had if we had not been affected by domestic violence.
Mm-hmm.
Three, we turned our will and lives over to the care of God as we understood God, our non-violent, safe, nurturing care provider. Four, we made a fearless and moral inventory of ourselves and our power and control known as domestic violence, addicted prep, perpetrator,
Mm-hmm.
perpetrator, I'm sorry, as
Mm-hmm.
we have known them and all of our family secrets, both
Both
positive.
positive and negative.
Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It
What happened?
it doesn't go up. It stops at number four. That I can't see the next
Okay.
one.
So Miss Monet's got five. So with that, let me see, where's four? Let me see, we're five. Come on now. Damn. There we go. Five, Miss Monet. Five and six if you want.
We admitted to God as we understand God, to ourselves and another human being, the exact nature of our partners and addiction to power and control known as domestic violence. We became ready to have God as we understand God remove all of these scars, behavioral and thought patterns this disease has caused in our lives.
Hmm. So
Mhm.
basically what they're saying is give it to God. Give it to our Heavenly Father. Let him, first of all, you got to know what you're going to pray for. You're going to pray for what? Remove this person or um Lord, give me away from this person. What those type of put it out in the universe. It would happen. I also do something whereas we talk about safety planning. How do you remove yourself from this? And let me just correct something. They want to change the word domestic violence into intimate partner violence. I was reminded yesterday, and I want to bring that up today. It is considered as intimate partner violence. So when I did this was years ago when I did this. 9 and 10. Who's next?
Evelyn, we made amends to ourselves, our parents, and others by letting them into our lives too. Assist us and openly discuss the patterns of addiction to power and control known as domestic violence whenever possible. Mm. 10. We continue to take daily personal inventory in our order to see how we act and react to power and control known as domestic violence and the healing process to see our growth and improvement.
Mhm. So they want to continue to let you understand that at each one of these, the main words at the end was power and control, known as domestic violence. You got to hear it on a regular basis. You got to hear it because it is. This is. They got the circle of power control, which I should have showed y'all, and it has all these other little bullets that would tell you the different type of power control. Like for example, if we have children, most of us have children, and we stop the fathers from seeing their kids, that is a part of power and control. You are stopping the father unless he done something to that child. If that's what it is, that's something different. But if it's some personal crap that you going through with him and you keep that child away from seeing their father, then that is on you. You are um stopping that dad for spending time with that child. That is power control and that is considered as domestic violence. Stalking is also a part of domestic violence. 9 times out of 10, when you stalk somebody, it doesn't end up right. If you see this person with somebody, it could be a cousin that you never met. But if you see this person with a female, because now you got your adrenaline, a lot of men does this. A lot of men was killing their partners. I remember I went to a candlelight thing out there in Harlem where the woman just had a baby shower and she was pregnant by the other dude, and I guess the other guy wasn't trying to get rid of, like still have feelings for her. He killed that woman and she was pregnant. She just carried her baby shower gifts and killed her right on 120 3rd or 24th, and we all was outside. It's crazy out there. Sometimes when you walk away from your abuser, sometimes we go back. That's not good. We gotta leave them where they at because they need some healing, honey. Yes, Miss Monet. You were saying something, Monet? Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. Thank y'all. Thank you, Miss Amanda. I definitely appreciate those kind words. She just gave me some kind words. I love that. um, I want to say thank y'all so much. It's 7:36. Now, if y'all don't want to get rid of me, let me know. We can just keep going. But it is 7:36, and as I promised, I will be back. I will come back. I will talk to Mindy about it, and it could be the same cohort. It could be some that will come later. Oh, please do. Yes, I will. I promise that. I will come back and do something different. Maybe strangulation. We could talk about that. Or we could talk about the 101 on domestic violence, different types, and a few other things that I have PowerPoints for. Or we could even talk about how the friends of our friends be, listen, our friends need help too because they dealing with us with that. You know, my cousin was my person that I would always go and cry, and she was like, "What do you want me to do?" And we both was the same age. She was 18, I was 18. But don't you think the friends or the family who's the most closest to us that hear it every day, they need some help too? You know, and I did a PowerPoint on that as well. Mecca, she's one of my closest friends, sister, and all that, and she's there for me, you know. So with that being said, it's like we gotta big up those that's around us as well and thank them for being there because oh yeah, red flags, talk about that. Girl, you giving me assignments over there? Yes, we do. Yes, we talk about red flags as well. So I have a lot that I could bring to y'all and listen, I know y'all know this stuff, but sometimes we need to be reminded of all those things that's going on. We can't do it by ourselves. We are the village. And I want to build this village with y'all online for an hour. We're not gonna do no two because my butt hurt. I messed with y'all. I had to give me a chair. But yes, I am so for real that I am going to. I wish I could show y'all certificate. I just gotta add the names. So everybody that's on here, please make sure your name is done correctly. This is why I'm recording this. This is why we got the chat. Um, I'm gonna show y'all what y'all certificates will look like because I'm that type of person. Transparency. Let me see. Oh, there it is. So I'm gonna show y'all right now. Thank y'all for doing this with me. This is the certificate. Which I think y'all see it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yes. So also I would definitely love for y'all to do the questionnaires when I send it back out. And that's it. I appreciate y'all. And like I said, I would definitely see y'all next month. We can do it on a Monday and a Tuesday again. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to change it. I might have to do it Tuesday, Wednesday. Only because y'all pulling me away from my wifey duties on Monday. But
We don't
Tuesday,
want to do
Wednesday.
that.
Right. Tuesday and Wednesday, I got y'all. We would definitely connect again next month. Um, Mindy, you and I will talk about that. Miss
Yeah,
Amanda, thank y'all for coming on. I definitely
yeah.
appreciate it. And y'all some beautiful queens, and let's keep striving to be better.
Yeah.
And that's it. Peace,
Thank you. It
everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Y'all
Thank you
welcome.
very
was amazing.
Thank you so much.
much. Good
Y'all welcome. Good
night.
night.
Thank you.
Good
You're
night, guys.
Thank
welcome.
you.
Hmm. You're
All
welcome.
right, bye-bye.
Thanks
Okay.
Bye.
everyone for coming on.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Later. Peace.